Hey you all, and welcome back to my Appalachian Life. I'm Joanna, and I'm glad you're stopping by to see me this week. So today is Sunday, and it is pouring the rain outside. I just got home from church, and I was going to grill a couple of steaks out on the grill, but since it's so rainy, I'm just going to fix them in the skillet. So I'm going to be working on that. And this week I made some delicious beef jerky that I dehydrated in the oven. And it was worthy enough to do a video on it and show you how I make it, because homemade beef jerky is just so much better than what you can buy at the store. And it's really not hard to make at all. So stay tuned for that video. But for right now, let's go ahead and get started on my steak. And I had gotten some steak, I think, from the store that had been marked down. They're New York strips. And for you that live locally in the East Tennessee area, Tri-Cities area, there's a place in Boones Creek called Hamilton Meats, and they have delicious cuts of meat, fresh meat, and they have their own seasoning for the steak, and it's called Dave's Angel Dust. Let me show that to you. Dave's Angel Dust. And it's their own blend of spices that you put on the steaks before you cook them. And they give the steaks such a wonderful flavor. Now, I know a lot of you only like to put salt and pepper on your steak. But if you try this, you won't want to be without it. And I'm getting low. Look how much I've got left. So I'm going to have to go buy and get some more. And they have the best bacon wrap fillets. Oh, that's what I like to buy, that or a ribeye when I go there. But let me get the steak seasoned, and we'll get them in the skillet. Well, I also have 2 potatoes left, and before they go bad, I decided to put them in a pot of boiling water, and I'll make me just a little batch of mashed potatoes to go with this steak. So, got my pot on back here, coming up to temperature. So I'll let them cook while I'm fixing the steak. And I have a salad already prepared. So I'll have a really good lunch today. So for the steak, I saved my bacon grease, guys. Save your bacon grease. So I'm going to put some bacon grease in this skillet. And I know I'm using an iron skillet on a flat top cook stove. And you're not supposed to do that. But I love cooking in my iron skillet. So I don't know why you shouldn't do it. So I don't know. Just be careful, I guess, so it doesn't break your glass top. That's been heating for quite a while, so it's pretty hot. I turned it down a little bit. Also adding in a little bit of butter. And I've got the steak seasoned now. So I'll just place them in. So when these cook, I'll be back with you. Well, my potatoes are beginning to boil really good. I'm going to turn them down a little bit and flip these steaks over. And this tool to flip your meats is a lifesaver. I love this tool, and if you're interested in getting one, I will link it in the description box below so you can buy it from Amazon. I get a small commission when you buy products from my links, so be sure to check it out in the description box below, and I appreciate you. I don't know if it shows through the camera or not, but you're looking out my kitchen window and it is absolutely pouring the rain. But we need it, and thank the Lord for it. Well, while we're waiting on the steak to get done and the potatoes to get done, I have an outfit, a new outfit I ordered from Amazon that I wanted to share with you. And it's just a nice lounging outfit. I'm trying to adjust the camera. It's not doing too good. But it's long. It covers your hips. It's a two-piece outfit. Has elastic in the waist. Has pockets in the pants. And it's kind of a boxy top. And the neckline comes up like a mock turtleneck and just kind of lays loose right there. This fabric is really, really soft, and you have a lot of room in your arms. It's just really nice on a day like today where it's raining that you can just relax and cuddle up, watch a movie on TV, read a book, whatever you want to do. And the length, it comes right at your ankles, and I really like it. So I will link this outfit in the description box below. And I hope you enjoy wearing it if you order one. And like I said earlier, I do earn a small commission on purchases made through my links as an Amazon associate. Another thing I want to show you and remind you are these wonderful orthopedic shoes that I order from Amazon. I have a pink pair that I've showed you before, but I love them so much I decided to order a second pair because I don't want to be without them. So this time I ordered this lavender color and green on the bottom, and they have adjustable straps here to fit your feet, and wonderful arch supports and very soft and easy to walk on. So check the link in the description box below. They're on sale right now, so you don't want to miss your chance to order these. So let's get back to the steak. One more thing. The earrings I have on, I also ordered from Amazon, and they are a little silver. They also come in gold that goes through your ear, and it clasps on the back, and the little pearl ball on the end. You can wear these dressed up or dressed down, and I love them. I get comments on them every time I wear them. So they also will be in the description box below with a link to Amazon. Now, I like my steaks cooked medium well, and I just about waited too long on that one side, but it's still going to be yummy. Just a few more minutes and those will be done. Let me check the potatoes. They're starting to get soft. They just need a little bit more time. So we'll be back. All right, the potatoes are done, and I've drained them over here. And in the hot pot, I put about 3 tablespoons of butter to let it be melting. And I'm going to go get my potatoes and put them on top here. So I got my potatoes in. This is another tool that I love using, and I'll link it also in the description box below, but it's a wide fork, and I use it for so many uses. Right now, I'm going to mash these potatoes up. I used it this morning to stir up my sourdough bread that I'm making, and I'll show that to you here in just a minute. But let me get these potatoes mashed up a little bit. And the butter is melting in them just fine. So now I'm going to add a little bit of whipping cream because I have some that needs to be used. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little salt and pepper first. I like lots of pepper, and Joe did too. and it never comes out fast enough for us, so we just take the lid off and dump it in. Okay, let me get my spoon and scrape the potato off the fork. Ready to put that in the sink. Pour a little bit of whipping cream in here. All right. It's going to be some good potatoes. And I've left some chunks in there too. So let me get my steak and potatoes plated up. I was going to do some salad, but my salad went bad. Boo-hoo. It's too slimy, so I'm going to have to throw that out. Get my fork. And I've cut the steak already, and it's just perfect how I like it. And it cuts real tender. It's been resting for a little while, and I'll show you. There's no pink in there. It's medium well and so juicy. So I'm going to have my lunch. So that was a delicious lunch. The steak was just perfect. And the potatoes, and I shouldn't have eaten the potatoes. I'm trying to diet now, but I'm trying to go through and eat the things that's not on my diet plan and get those out of the way. So that was the last of the potatoes. So now I think I pretty much got everything out of the kitchen and out of the fridge that I don't need to eat. So let's see if I can lose some weight. Now this morning, I made my sourdough bread, and I've gotten so many good, nice compliments from viewers on that sourdough video that I made several years ago. And I will link it into the description box below if you want to know how I make the potato flake sourdough bread. So just check that link below. But let me show you what I've done. This is my sourdough starter that I keep in the fridge, and I have fed it, and you can see how it's worked up. I've already used 1 cup out of it this morning and stirred up some dough, and I have it rising in this bowl. So this is the second batch that I've made this weekend. Let me cover that back up. The first batch I baked pans of rolls. This is a pan of rolls that I baked this morning. And what I'm doing with these is I'm giving a workshop at our church for our ladies ministry this week on food preservation. And we're talking about canning and fermenting and pickling and freezing and sourdough. So as a door prize, I'm making up 4 to 6 pans of these sourdough rolls and giving them away as a door prize. So you all just stay tuned, keep watching the video, and you'll see how I make the beef jerky. And that will be it for this week's video. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and stay safe in this world. I mean, I heard on the news this morning that people in Michigan and Ohio, and I think it's even hit North Carolina now too, are coming down with severe stomach illness, and it's from parasites in foods. So be careful what you eat. Wash your food really good. Wash your hands really good. Just be safe, food safe, and physically safe. You have to keep your eyes open wherever you go, and trust the Lord, because He is our keeper, and He's coming back soon, and you don't want to miss that. So make sure your heart is right with Him and you're ready to go when He calls your name. So in the meantime, keep walking in the light and go on with the video. We'll see you next week. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Appalachian Life. I'm Joanna, and I'm so glad you're stopping by today. I've decided today to make another batch of beef jerky. I've made some before, and I only have 2 small pieces left in this bag. So I just wanted to make another batch. It really is delicious, and I keep it stored in the refrigerator. And you can see, let me get closer to the camera. When you dehydrate it, it's bendable. You can bend it, but it won't actually break in two. And that's the texture that you're looking for when you dehydrate. So I have a dehydrator, but it's old. I bought it back in the 90s. And I decided to just follow the recipe, which gives a method of dehydrating it in your oven. So that's what I did, and it turned out really good. So I'm going to do it again with just a few little things different. You start off with a good cut of meat, and they suggest like eye round or bottom round roast. Any kind of meat really will work. This one is a chuck roast, and if you don't have the butcher to slice it for you, which I did this time, what you have to do is partially freeze the roast. Not all the way, just partially freeze it, and that makes it easier to slice. So that's what I did the time before, and I took a good butcher knife and sliced it. I did like 1/8 of an inch thick for this batch, and it turned out really good. The recipe says 1/4 inch thick, so that's what I had the butcher slice this chuck roast up with. So to get started, let's make our marinade. So it calls for 2 to 2.5 pounds of meat, which this is about, let me see, 1.93 pounds. So that's almost 2 pounds. So for the marinade, we're going to do 3/4 cup of light soy sauce. And I'm using the reduced sodium soy sauce, and we need 3/4 of a cup. Let me get this turned around so I can see where the 3/4 cup mark is. Okay, I see it. My other measuring cup, my old Pyrex, and it had the red markings, which you could see good, but it's so old that all of that is fading away. And I can't tell where the marks are, so I got a new one, and it's etched in the glass this time. So 3/4 cup of light soy sauce, and you need 6 tablespoons of pineapple juice. Well, I bought the last time orange pineapple juice, and it turned out really good. Now, the last time I just bought the little individual size, which you might want to do too, but that juice was so good, I decided to buy a bigger bottle of it this time. But this is Welch's orange pineapple juice cocktail. So what did I say? 6 tablespoons. I've already measured that out into this little cup. I'm going to add that in with the soy sauce. We need 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Here's the 1/2 tablespoon. My other tablespoon must be over in the sink. I'll use this one. Okay, Worcestershire sauce, 1.5 tablespoon. That's set on 1 tablespoon. I like these Pampered Chef measuring spoons because you use 1 spoon and you just slide it for whatever measurement you want. So now this is there is the 1/2 tablespoon. Okay, that was Worcestershire sauce. Now we need liquid smoke. Liquid smoke. And it calls for 1/2 tablespoon. All right. That's all the liquids that go in it. So now we're going to, let me wipe up my splatter. We're going to add the spices. So it calls for 2 1/2 teaspoons of black pepper. I use this coarse ground restaurant style pepper. 2 1/2 teaspoons. I'll get my Pampered Chef measuring out again. There's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and 1/2 of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Get my lid on straight here. So I got onion powder. Make sure that's good and loose in there. 1 teaspoon. It's gotten a little hard on me. With those little clumps, that's going to make 1 teaspoon. One 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/2. 1/2 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Let me get another 1/2 tablespoon. That's what this is. 1/2 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Take this shaker thing off. 1/2 tablespoon red pepper flakes. Now I don't really care for red pepper flakes, so I'll use cayenne pepper instead. And the first time I made it, the 1/2 tablespoon was pretty hot. So I'm going to cut that down just a little bit. This is a 1/2 tablespoon, and I may do about 1/2 of that. I don't know if you can see, but that's not a full 1/2 tablespoon. It's about 1/2 of a 1/2 tablespoon of cayenne pepper that I'm putting in there. I do like some heat, but I don't like it really hot. Okay, and then all that's left is 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. And I've got the dark brown sugar right here. And we need 1/4 cup packed. Okay. Now we're just going to get a whisk and stir that all up really good. Put all this over in the sink. Wipe my counter. And I'll use this small whisk. So this is the marinade, and you can see just how quick and easy that is to come together. I'm going to take my glasses off now. So all we do is take our sliced beef and put it in a gallon zipper bag and pour this marinade over it. Put it in the refrigerator and let it sit and marinate overnight or all day, or the first time I did it, I went for 24 hours and it was great. And I may do the same thing. It's about noon right now, so I will let it marinate till tomorrow morning, and then we'll put it in the oven to dehydrate. Okay, let me get my Ziploc bag. And open up the meat. I'm going to go up here and wash my hands real quick. All right. Before I touch the meat, I wanted to make sure my hands were clean. So like I said, I asked the butcher at the grocery store if they would slice this meat. Let me show it to you up close. I had them slice it a 1/4 inch thick. Can you see those slices? To me, that's a little thicker than I wanted it. So next time I think I'm going to ask them to do 1/8 of an inch. But we'll see how this one turns out. So I'm going to take all of this. Actually, you're supposed to cut off any of the silver or extra fat that's on there, but this one doesn't have any extra on it when I turned it over. So I'm just putting it all in the bag. The one I did before was a bottom round roast, and it did have quite a bit of that silver skin. Let's separate the slices here. And I had to cut that off. But the chuck roast must not, or at least this cut, have so much fat in it. It's marbled, it's got fat in the slices, but it didn't have any really on the bottom of it. Okay. Wash my hands again. Now I'm just going to take the marinade, give it another stir, and just pour it in on top of that steak. And seal it up, removing as much air as possible. And then you just want to start massaging it, making sure all the pieces are getting a lot of that marinade. And I'm going to set it on like a casserole dish or something in the refrigerator, just in case it does leak out. It doesn't mess my refrigerator up. In fact, I've got a little pan I think I'll just put in it. Got this little old baking sheet, and I'm just going to set it on it. And kind of make sure all the little pieces are down in the marinade. And before I go to bed tonight, I will come in here and massage it again and flip it over and let it sit like that all night, just to make sure it's getting good and marinated all the way through. So this is going in the fridge. And when I get back in the morning to start the dehydrating process, I'll be back with you. So stay tuned. So good morning, everybody. And it's time to get this roast dehydrated. So I'm taking it out of the marinade and I'm going to lay it on single layers on these baking sheets, and I put a piece of aluminum foil in the pan just to catch all the drippings, and it will help with cleanup. So I'm just going to lay all of these out. I've got 3 pans out, but I don't know if you'll take all 3 or just 2. So let me just get these out here, and I'll show you the end result once I get them all placed on the pan. Okay, I've got all of these pieces of meat put on this one pan. Since it's cut probably twice as thick as I did the first batch. It only took 1 pan. So I've got the oven preheated at 175. The recipe says to preheat the oven anywhere from 170 to 200 degrees, whatever the lowest setting is on your oven. But since these are a thicker piece of meat, I put it at 175 this time. I did 170 last time, and it took about 12 hours to dehydrate it. So I'm thinking it's going to take about that long this time too, since these are thicker. So let me get these in the oven. I'll check them in about 6 to 8 hours and see how they're doing, and we'll be back when they're done. Okay, I'm checking the time and see how long this meat has been dehydrated. So it's been in there about 8 hours. So let's check and see what condition, what stage rather, it's in. I did check it at the 6 hour mark, and I went ahead and turned the heat back down from 175 to 170 because I felt like it might be drying it out too fast. So here is a piece, and you can see how it's drying out. Still a little wet on it, but when you bend it, it's not making the crease that you want yet. So it's pliable, but you want it to make a little crease in there when you bend it, and it's not doing that yet. So I think another 2 hours and I'll check it again. Okay, it's been 11 hours since the beef has been dehydrating, so let's check and see what it looks like now. Let me grab a piece, one in back here. Okay, some of the grease is coming out on top, still a little wet. Let's do the bend test. Okay, that's about what you want, where it separates like that. Have a little streaking when you bend it, but it doesn't break in two. So now it's time to cure it. So we have to take it out of the oven and bump the oven temperature up to 275. And once it's up to temperature, we put the beef back in for 10 minutes. I'll have to check for sure. I don't know if it's 10 or 20 minutes to cure it. And that's a very important step, so don't forget that. So let me put this back in the oven. And I'll get that out. I'll sit here on my wood tray. I'm going to do the temperature to 275. And I did the timer instead. Let me just cancel all of that out. Okay. Bake 275, start. Okay. Now, let me check the recipe here before I leave you to make sure. It says they should bend like a green branch. Easy to bend, but they won't snap in two. So that's the way this is. It's at that stage. And it says the finishing process to pasteurize the jerky. Once your beef has finished drying, regardless of the method you chose to use, and we did the oven method, we need to pasteurize it. Preheat your oven to 275 Fahrenheit. As soon as your oven has been preheated, place the dried jerky on a tray, ensuring they don't overlap. Place it in the oven for 10 minutes. This is the final step, ensures that 100% of any unwanted pathogens are killed off, and your jerky is now ready to eat or store for later. And to store it, it says you can either store it in the refrigerator for up to a month, or place it in vacuum sealed bags and store in the freezer for up to 12 months. So I've been storing the last batch in the refrigerator, and I shared that with some family and friends, so it didn't last very long. So I'll put this one in the fridge too. And it's so good just to come in and get one and snack on it when you feel a little bit hungry during the day. So we'll get this cured and we'll be done. So I hope you all try this recipe. It really is delicious and I think you'll like it. Well, I'm back. Now the beef has been cured. I've put it in bags in the refrigerator, and so it's time to try it out and see how it tastes. So I ended up with 2 sandwich bags full of the beef jerky. And I've had it in the refrigerator for about a day. So here is a piece of it. You can see how it looks. How it bends. So I'm going to just break that piece on off and try that piece. You can see inside. First biting into it, you get the flavors from that marinade. So good. A little chewy, but it's not hard chewy like some of them you get from the store. And this was a chuck roast, and I do taste that beefy chuck roast flavor in it. It's really good. Now I think this will help me with trying to lose weight. So when I get hungry between meals, instead of coming and going through the cabinets trying to find something to snack on, popcorn, chips, cookies, pretzels, I will go for a beef stick, and it will be more filling and better for me and give me a protein kick. So I do recommend this recipe. It will be in the link, or not the link, but the description box below this video. So if you'd like to make it, it's not hard at all. It's easy to make. It just takes time for it to dehydrate, and it's delicious. And don't forget the last process where you have to pasteurize it or cure it for 10 minutes. So this is a winner. Now I'm off to my monthly prayer group, ladies' prayer group. And after that, I'm going to my friend Rita's house because she just got back from vacation, she and her husband. And they took a cruise with evangelist Ralph Sexton Jr., and the cruise was walking in the steps of Apostle Paul. And she said it was wonderful, so she can't wait to share with us. She's having us all over this afternoon. So that will be my day today. So I'll check with you guys later.